Coach K joins us now, along with our special correspondent, that's James Brown. Hey, James Brown, good to see you. Really glad you're here. Coach K, let me just say this. You're a very big deal because James Brown is in the house early to get up to talk to you. So I know. We are all excited. We're all excited that you're here. You know, I watched your news conference yesterday, and it struck me when you said, as a coach, it's not about having a run, it's about having a finish. You have certainly had a great run, and the finish is still to be determined. But take us in the family conversation about why you all decided, and I heard you say it was a family decision, that now was a time. Take us with you and Mickey and your daughters.
Well, it's been a family decision from 1975 when I got to be the head coach at West Point, and then in 1980 for Duke, and now where my daughters, they weren't all there at each time. My three daughters, we call ourselves the starting five, and when we make decisions like this, we sit down as a family. The main person, though, is my wife Mickey, and we've talked about this for the last couple of years. But we knew this spring that we were ready. But we wanted to coach one more year, and we also wanted to have a succession plan so that the program would continue to, to compete at a high level. And so today, my top assistant, John Shire, will be named a head coach in waiting, and he'll take over hopefully after we make after we have a great season.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a second. Right now, we want to focus on you, Coach K. I reached out to some members of your brotherhood, Grant Hill, last night, who talked to me right before he had to work the Suns-Lakers game, and Billy King, and they said this about you. Grant said, "We all knew this day was coming, but it was still emotional. You taught responsibility, accountability, and love. Your brilliance was getting people to believe and believe in one another. You were more than just an incredible professor. It wasn't just about X's and O's." Billy King said this: "You made everybody feel important. You could be demanding. You wanted your players to get it right. You yelled and hugged, and you knew when to do both. Your thing about leadership was it was all about relationships, because when you have relationships, you can lead." Do they have that right about you? I was very touched by what the comments they made about you.
Well, they have, in essence, what's right. It is about relationships. They used a lot of nice words. I think they're vying for playing time. They forgot that their eligibility is up. But no, it's about developing a relationship individually, and then a relationship with the team, and it has to be based on trust. Now, there's a lot of emotion when you do this, and there are hugs. Wow. I can't wait to get back to that. We weren't able to do much of that this past season. But some of it is, to push people to their potential. It's not just about hugs. It's about getting on them sometimes. And when you do, they know that they trust you. It's not personal. And with Billy and Grant, those two guys were not just exceptional players, they were exceptional leaders and men, and they become great men, which I think is the best accomplishment a coach can have.
Hey, James.
Hey, Mike, I think about me having played for the Coach K at the high school level in Morgan Wooten, who took a lot of notes from you, and he talked about the basketball court being an extension of his classroom. Your high school coach and teacher who made a palpable impact on you, what lessons did you learn from them, Mike?
Well, Coach Krzyzewski passed away in the last year, and he was not that much older. He was in his early 20s, and I thought I was good, and he thought I was better. And so what I learned from him is that a belief. I went up to a certain point, and then you start questioning. He made me not question, and the ability for somebody to do that, made an impact on me. I wanted to be able to do that, and as a result, too, James, it's one of the things I do in coaching. I coach my best player the hardest, and that's what he did for me, and it had great dividends, and it's had great dividends for the 46 years I've been a head coach.
Coach K, thank you so much. Please know we are cheering you on.